games as bad, but I kind of wanted to take this one because I thought it was like a median. You know what I mean?
Sure,
You
sure.
know, I
You think this
thought
is
it
a
was
standard performance for you?
standard Jumbo Baptiste performance. It's probably not that good of a performance. You probably won't be screaming encore after. But,
Oh my goodness, your nameplate is just so long here. Like how? Jeez. Okay, this is gonna be distracting.
I didn't
Do
name
that.
the account.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Okay, so there we are, and we are fine. Okay, so you're
Dude,
playing.
wait, can I? Dude, do you
Shoot.
know what? Okay, I want to tell you one thing. Okay.
Shoot.
So I don't know if you saw this, but yesterday I queued
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday night queues, and I got in a queue. And do you want to know who my support partner was?
Like 2600 Lucio or something?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my, how is that even possible?
The queue gave up. The queue just gave up.
It was like we need to find a game. Like I'd rather wait 8 minutes for a game than get that in a minute queue.
Yeah, but I think that player, maybe that player, or maybe someone else in your lobby, not you, but someone else.
No, but there was no other 2.6 player in the team. There was no other plat player on
right,
any
I
of the
understand that, but it could have been that the queue had been waiting for a second support for ages, so it finally gave up. Like, you might have been the second support, and it could be that the other team's two supports had been waiting in queue forever for a match. You follow what I'm saying?
But then he flamed me. He flamed me for having gold heals.
Okay.
The audacity.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Not really, but hey. Okay, so you're gonna play back here. Where's your cover?
I don't really use that anymore.
Is
Is that why I've dropped? Is that why I'm in plat now?
Are you in plat now? Okay. So
yeah, this is plat game.
Oh, is
Plat
it?
game.
Okay, we'll rename it to plat in the future then.
Plat BAP review.
I mean, you know, I assumed you were on a real account and you were learning the hard way, but fine, we'll rename it to plat. Okay, so you hit your shift there. Fine, I'll live with that shift.
Big shift. Big out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Kree made me remember. Oh yeah, I need to use cover.
Yeah, good.
He made me remember that oh yeah, I'm playing a game.
This isn't your first game on BAP, so like it shouldn't be. Why though? So like, you're here.
Look, I have no rhyme or rhythm with my shift usage.
You're over here. We talked about this one. Oh, let me shorten the rewind so that we don't have to re-see that.
Oh my gosh. You're so unprofessional.
Okay, so I get this. Yeah, totally get this.
Big. That was big.
Sure.
That was large plays. Nobody else did it, so
That was a triple. You saw that was a triple left click before you threw out this right click, and you have people that could use the right click. Triples aren't...
What's a right click?
A right click is your heal nade.
You said that so like confused and disappointed.
Yes. So
triples
triples are a weave, but triples are a weave that are actually costing you real heal time, and that's not the end of the world.
Triple.
Oh, okay. So for our BAF, we have really maybe four types of shots. We have, oh no, my Zarya is at like 20% life, or my Ryan is at 20% life. Let me just chuck right clicks at them. Right click. You know, those heal signs here. And I can't afford to do anything else until I get them up to a more healthy area, maybe 30, maybe 40%. And then we're looking for left click, right click. Left click.
Yeah, and that's kind of like just idling. That nobody's in grave danger. Nobody's critical.
Right. And then once you get people up at like 90% health, 80% health, things like that, or even full health, you can start thinking about, hey, I'm going to double left click, right click. Double left click, right click. Because you can actually fit more than a single left click fits between right clicks, if that makes sense. There's still downtime before your next right click effectively, so you can actually fit these for still an uptime benefit. Like, that's good. This should be your default, this one-to-one thing where you're going left click, right click when people are idle. But when your tanks are like high health, when your healing is high health, or when they're sort of just like trading health back and forth, you're generally going to want to evolve to a double left click, right click. Does that make sense?
And then that's what I did.
You could even triple, which is what you did here, but okay. They were missing health.
Trippy.
Yeah, okay.
That's what the pros do. in the
Sometimes.
league.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
I don't particularly like it. Why are you jumping?
Because I wanted to play Lucio.
Well, then play
The
Lucio.
next thing.
Why are you jumping?
You know, instincts.
Instincts.
This is what I do. This is what I do in real life.
Oh,
wonder.
okay. Anytime you get into a problem, you just jump. Okay. Um, that might work if you play like volleyball, high jump, basketball. Not going to work so well in Overwatch. You jump and you work your way over here, which is weird. Like, why did you jump and why are you over here as opposed
Okay,
to
why did I jump? Why
just
did I
going over
jump?
here?
Why did I jump?
Yeah.
Well, I jumped to avoid the sight line. If I jump the sight line of main, okay, I jump up, I avoid the sight line because I can peek. I can use that building as cover. So I jump, sight line, jump, sight line. See, look at this. I avoid the sight line of main because I don't have to walk over.
Yeah, but the McCree can still
But
see
I guess that
and
doesn't
now
really.
you can't
I don't.
control your movement.
I guess that doesn't really solve the case of why didn't I just peek around the other side of the pillar.
Yes, exactly. Like
Doesn't
what I
really
was really
say
going for is you just go here instead. Okay, because remember, now your movement is very predictable. You have some drift control, but you can't really control your fall speed, so you're
I
more
don't think
predictable.
he could kill me.
Oh, okay, but you're... And I think maybe you're doing it to try to get closer to use this shift, but I don't actually care, because these two aren't really missing health, right?
I watched one of your BAP reviews and I was like, use shift for group, so that's what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
shifting for a group is fine.
And that was
And
the GM, and I do that.
I don't
I'm a GM
dislike
back.
this shift. I don't dislike this shift. I just don't like that you got in here. I think you went over here specifically to use this shift, and that I don't like. If this was natural, no problem. This is a fine
I
shift.
think, you know, I
Mhm.
think you're thinking a bit too much of me. I don't have that much brain thought in the head.
I know,
I
I
just
know. So
do-
what we do
I
is
know,
we train
I know.
one specific thing at a time so that it can just run on autopilot and you don't have to use your brain and overheat it like that. We
Brain
get
is-
one
brain
specific
too
process
hard.
going.
Brain
Once-
is too hard.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so again, you just did a 3 left clicks there, and your Reinhardt's at a range where we probably wanted to throw a right click there, right?
Okay, calm down.
Uh-huh. That was a
You're getting
4th,
You're getting heated.
and then a lamp. Ugh.
Big
And you
lamp,
see, like,
big
you just
lamp,
threw
big lamp.
4 left clicks, and you now are in a situation where you had to lamp, which is like, you had to lamp when we could have just, like, instead of one of those left clicks, thrown out a right click, and now you're probably going to just chain right clicks for a while, and that's going to cause you to have more downtime than if you'd been weaving the whole time, right?
Or
Because-
I just die, but let's see what happens.
Okay, okay.
The McCree's hacking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could talk about positioning. We could talk about how you went up here. If you'd been here the whole time, it would have been like, yes, I do this. And then you shift back over to here to deal with the fight, and the McCree can't shoot you. Like, you know, you were here to contribute, then you were here to contribute, here to contribute, here to contribute, as opposed to over here, then walking over here. Like,
Well, I went over there because I thought I needed to lamp them in there.
which you wouldn't have had
I
to
said-
do. You could have
No,
you
I-
can frisbee from here.
No, I mean, that would be hard, and I might not get to him immediately.
You could have
And
also...
I didn't send it in there for the Ryan. I sent it in there for the McCree.
Okay.
And the
So
Ryan
here
just
we are.
happened to be there. Here we are with
Mhm.
perfect Baptiste play.
That's a stretch. Okay. So this is happening.
This is happening.
Okay, you could already be back here doing your shenanigans again. We can pressure the Reinhardt.
Shenanigans. What I do is not shenanigans.
Yes, it is. Pressure the Reinhardt. Pressure the Zarya. That would be better than shooting at the Reinhardt right now. Don't have to drift forward for this. And then you had the option to throw a lamp here, and yeah, the lamp might not reach him. But I don't care, because you also have the option to throw right clicks here At your Zarya, at your Rein. And
Ooh,
yeah, I'm
big
not worried
play.
about that. You had
To
way
make
better
big-
positioning available. Like, these guys are
Plat
critical.
Bap, you actually changed it.
I changed what?
What the hell? Plat Bap review.
You said you were flat!
No, I said this. This isn't Plat. This was a Masters.
Okay, we'll change it back. Yeah, I literally told you
Change
I'd
it
change
back.
it. Okay. Fine.
This is not Plat. This is not Plat Bap play.
Okay. This is
This
Master.
is not.
Okay.
This is GM.
Okay.
Someone even said.
Bronze BAP review. Got it.
No, please don't do this to me.
Uh,
I have a reputation I need to uphold.
okay.
If this is Masters, then why aren't you respecting the Kree? I respect the Kree very much. I think he's a wonderful guy. It's not bronze bat play. A bronze player couldn't even begin to pull off the stuff I do.
Burst activated.
Okay, so you clearly
Going-
walked
going
close
for the
here
shift.
intentionally to shift again, and I don't want that. I want you to just be like, no, I'm perfectly happy back here. Because if you're
But
back
why
here,
am I gonna shift?
it's way easier. When are you going to shift? You're going to shift when you get in danger, or you're going to shift when you happen to be close to your team. You're not going to wander
If I'm
yourself into trouble to shift.
If I'm a perfect player,
Hmm.
then I shouldn't be getting in danger.
There you go.
So, see, I back up. Oh, that's a big May.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Light them up.
Okay.
It's one of
Fine.
You like that window?
I like the window all right. I don't
Or am I
like
right
that you
charges
just...
in?
Yeah, but like,
I
look
don't
at
like.
this.
Look at how much shield he has. Why would he charge?
It's true, but he's not purple anymore, and you could right-click him. You could right-click
I thought
him.
he was gonna hold shield for a second.
Well, you might have thought he was going to hold shield, but if you look at
But
your
he's diamond, so he's horrible.
you look at your weave pattern here. Okay,
My weave
he's
pattern's
clearly
perfect.
not purple, and you just fired a left click, and now you just
He's
fired
also-
another left click. You just fired another
bad at
left
the
click,
game.
and he's been fully not purple since before this left click
He's
started.
bad at the game.
You
He's
are bad at the game. You are bad at
He's
the
bad.
game.
I'm not. I'm actually in the top 3% of players.
Okay, that's
you
true.
know that?
That's true. But he's,
Actually, probably a bit higher,
he's-
considering I'm like
he-
3.7.
but you realize he's in like the
3.8.
top 8% of the players.
No, he's bad. He
Okay.
should be in bronze. He
I
should be in
see.
bronze.
I see. I see.
Perfect. Oh my god.
Okay,
I'm
so you
good.
see how
Oh,
you just
oh,
did 4
perfect.
shots at this without healing up your Zarya, who's at like 60% life, right?
Okay, calm down. Calm
Mhm.
down.
And you need to be weaving these right clicks, because if you don't, you're going to get into panic mode and chain right click later and miss out on more left clicks. So you actually want to be hitting your weaves now, even though it feels like, oh, I'm really close to getting Megatron, the Ana, eliminated here. Yes, you are, but you do still want to get your weaves now.
Were you Megatron? Is that why you were saying this?
Sure. Sure.
Megatron used to be GM.
Oh, did
Then they
Megatron
dropped-
used to be GM?
Now they're garbage players.
Oh, I thought we were going to actually make a Transformers reference there and talk about, like, that he lost the Allspark or something. Okay.
No, no one's a nerd here like you.
No one's a nerd here. That's a tough sell. Oh, look,
Big
you
lamp, big lamp,
positioned
big lamp, big
yourself.
lamp.
You positioned yourself in a place where you're in some danger. Okay, you did hit the big lamp. I'll give you that. Uh-huh.
If I put it, that's a 5,000 IQ lamp. No one's ever done that before.
That's a stretch.
No one's ever done it before. Too good. Okay, so far pretty flawless.
You don't know what a weave pattern is.
I go off my instincts. My instincts are
Literally the
perfect.
base, like, the critical component of playing PAP.
And I do it perfectly.
Okay, so this was a better shift. Because you wanted to be rotating with your team anyways. And your team was a group, they're about to take damage, multiple of them were missing health, this was a better shift.
See, why would he drop? That's horrible play. Why did I drop?
Better question.
That's a better question. I don't think the drop was bad. It just was subpar.
Why are you here? Like, you dropped, at least you were behind your team, then you got, like, the middle of your team. Ew. Okay.
You? This is GM play. Mister.
No, no, it is not.
Almost GM. My BAP win rate is 50-50.
Okay.
Nobody's ever done that before.
Pretty sure people have done that before.
Not me. Not you. Orion's garbage. He could have been shielding for poke, yet he just holds shield up here. He's so bad. He's a bad player.
Regen up.
I do some creative windows here.
Looking good.
My windows are creative.
You gonna reload? That was a long time of not looking at the enemies to not reload. Okay.
Look at this, actually such creative window that works perfectly.
Let them up.
Holy shiz creativity.
Okay, you're gonna shift, right? You're gonna shift,
Maybe.
right? No, you're gonna lamp? Why are you...
I'm
Why?
dying. I need to live. I
Why are
need to
you
live.
lamping? Why isn't this a shift?
Why not? I use these abilities at random with
I
no
can
real
tell.
rhyme or rhythm to why I use them, but I use them.
Burst
Yeah,
activated.
yeah, you do. Okay.
Yet I still have a 50% win rate on this hero in this rank, so obviously I'm doing something
You
right.
are doing some things right.
Some things right, Jumbo, but you're doing most of them wrong.
Well, you're not just like chain stuck in, I'm BAP, all I am is a healer, and that's going a long way to you not being in silver.
It's not being in silver. I've been out of silver for like 6 months.
No, I'm saying on this hero.
On this hero, if I was silver on any support hero, that'd be really bad.
Yeah, that's true.
If anyone else is poking this man with me, he'd be dead. Look at that, you like that?
I did like that attempt there, yeah.
It's kind of like, if anyone else is poking this.
What? What was that?
What was what?
My Zarya has taken some damage. The rest of my team is totally fine, and the opposing team is a good 4 seconds from being able to engage us. I'm gonna shift for just my Zarya.
Why
No,
not? I
Because-
love my Zarya.
because you
We're
can
duo,
just
we're
right-click
best
for your
friends.
Zarya. Right-click for your Zarya.
They were bad. They were diamond tank, and I'm a GM bath. GM bath. What's up with? Oh, they're so bad. They're
Why do
actually
GM
trash.
Baps get hacked by Sombras without using EMP?
They are cheating. They're all cheating. They're all very cheating.
Okay.
They're hacking.
Yes,
are
you
hacking.
did
The
get hacked,
Sombras
and you
are
getting
hacking.
hacked is what allowed that play to work.
I should actually be GM, but Elo Hell
Someone's
keeps
looking out for me.
Elo Hell is so real. In Masters, Elo Hell is kind of real. In games where you have like diamond tanks like this one,
What about Diamond
everyone-
Tanks?
I'm a GM bat. They shouldn't even be in my lobby.
Uh-huh. Talk to me about weave patterns and shift usage.
You weave them, you weave your shots, and then you shift when people take damage. Ooh. just in there.
Okay.
Big shift?
For who exactly?
Mm.
You're Reinhardt, who
I'm
won
just,
right
I
click
wanted to
heals?
pump my fist. Look at me pumping my fist. I'm so
Uh-huh.
excited to play the
No,
game.
no, that's not what you do. If you want to do cool stuff with BAP, you you do the hello into a punch. You do hello into a punch. It's quite sad.
Regen burst.
Why do you know that?
Because I work with BAP players, and they do it a ton.
Bat players are all bad, except I. You like the weave here?
You mean by
There was
weave?
not really a weave.
Yeah, do you mean
It was-
your Reinhardt?
It's a new BAP strategy. It's called a 4-in-1. Look at me,
No,
4-in-1.
not a thing.
4-in-1, 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 4-in-1. 4-in-1. It's a thing.
Yeah, you're treating
Damage
BAP
is
as
your
a.
utility.
You're treating BAP
Thank-
like you're Zen who just heals people up between fights, which it's working. It's not right,
It's
but it's working.
You know, I actually have kind of low damage sometimes on that.
Okay.
It depends on the situation.
In this game, you're
I don't
sort of
think-
being a damage bot.
That's how you. That's damage is your utility. That's what they
Damage
tell
is your
you.
utility. I agree. But you want to maximize your total value uptime by hitting weave patterns.
Let me rephrase myself. Damage is your only utility.
Damage might be your only utility. You're going to kite back and then window.
Maybe.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a shift, right there a second ago? Would have been nice.
Maybe. Oh no.
Okay.
Big window.
No,
but
you did not. You did not.
I did not want.
Okay. So surely you're going to throw a right click at your Reinhardt right here.
Maybe.
That was a right click at their Reinhardt.
Let them
Bing.
Okay. You shoot your shot, but now you're going to pivot. You did your single left click, and now you're going to pivot into a right click. And I'm okay with that single left click, because even though your
You
Reinhardt
die
is low,
either
you
way.
just deployed the lamp, so you know he's got a moment while they focus the lamp. And so now it's going to
But
be a
he's
right click,
dead.
a double
He's
strength
dead
right click
anyway.
that's
He's
going to get
dead.
your...
He's
No, he has a
dead.
lamp that is going to get your
He's
Reinhardt
dead. They're
and
gonna
your
break the
Zarya
lamp.
healed
He's dead.
for
He's so
double
dead.
strength. Double
Look at
strength
him
heal
die.
on your Reinhardt and Zarya with your full health fresh lamp. It's going to be great.
I was told by
Oh.
I was told by a Diamond Bap that you should never heal through window. Only
Hmm.
damage.
Oh, did your past self tell you to never heal through windows?
Yes. Look at
Why are you
this.
breaking this rather than hopping over it? What? What are you doing? This
I don't.
have you played this hero
They're
in this meta?
No.
Go up here.
May shouldn't
Up
be in
here.
the game. May is
here.
broken. I'm protesting. It's a broken hero. It's a broken hero. Glitched hero. Glitched. See? That was called a weed.
Masters Bap dodge fire strikes. No, I'm kidding.
This is not this again. This is what you put for every review we have.
Can't be attitude position.
Masters and dodge fire strikes. Any hero I want to learn, just dodge the fire strike. I don't know. I was pretty crystal clear. In terms
Doesn't
of
know what a
mistakes.
weave pattern is remotely. It's like shift. What's that? Maywall? Oh, I better break this pillar, even though there's not a ceiling keeping me here.
This is like the weirdest thing because like I do some things right, and
You
then other
do.
times it just looks like other times like clearly I have some knowledge of the game.
Sure, you're fresh to the
No
hero.
knowledge
You're
of-
fresh to the hero,
I
but
have
yeah.
it just looks weird because like it's clear that like I kind of know what's going on and I do some things right, but then
Yeah.
other things it's just so clearly wrong. It's like masters and then like it's like master and like the silver sprinkled in. You know what I mean?
I do understand. Yes.
Ready for battle.
So basically, I don't see much wrong.
Yeah, we didn't just go through 3 things that were wrong. That didn't happen.
Yo yo yo. I like this play. This is a good play.
Okay. Hey, you dodged the fire strike. What? What?
What?
You didn't know
Like
that was
high ground
clear.
play?
I do like this high ground play, but
I knew it was clear.
okay. If you really
Why
know
would
it
a
was
may
clear-
be there?
Okay, so you just threw a right click. You just threw another right click. You just threw a third right click. Are there not enemies up there you can be shooting that you actually had very good positioning a moment ago to be like left click,
then I
right click, left click, right
forgot
click,
about
left
positioning.
click, right click?
Positioning's actually bad if you think about it.
This positioning was fine once you knew that it was safe. This was good positioning. You could have been left click, right click, left click, right click. You can drift here to close the angles. You can drift back to close the angles. Like this was a great
Drift
place for it.
bat to close the angles.
Drift.
Bat. It's a. I like it. I like that right click. I can live with that.
Mhm.
I can live with that.
What do you think
I
about that
live with it.
shift?
I like the shift.
That's a shame.
It's maximizing your 8 p.m. Shift boom, shift boom, shift boom, shift boom, shift boom.
That's true. Using
That's
it
how they-
between right clicks is good, but your Rhine was the only one who got any value out of it. And your Zarya might
You have
end
no-
up getting some value out of it.
You get no value in your games.
No, she's not getting value out of it. Okay.
You should leave the Overwatch.
I tried,
Yeah.
and then I saw how bad the general
Everyone
level of
was.
yeah, exactly. So I had to
Then
come back and
everyone
save
was
you
bad.
guys. Yeah.
You like this positioning? You don't like that positioning though?
No, I
I
do
like
not like
that.
this
I like
positioning
that.
at all. This
I
positioning,
like.
I was fine with. This was okay. This positioning would have made your job easier, to be perfectly honest. This positioning was okay. This would be better bat positioning because it really does give you the smaller, easier flicks to do your job. But this at least was still high ground and behind. It's just harder because it becomes bigger flicks for you to go between your offensive and defensive shots.
Vap is the easy hero.
Um, compared to who?
Mercy.
Okay.
I just made everyone angry.
I'm like, you can have that fight. I don't need to have it. Okay.
Do you
So
think Mercy's
now,
an easy hero?
I think Mercy is a challenging hero to get every bit of value out of.
Every hero is.
I agree. Okay.
The skill floors are elite.
Yeah. Okay, so you see you used no offensive shots this clip. And at the beginning, when your Reinhardt was at like 20, 30% HP, fine, but that has not been the case for the majority of this clip.
Alright, so when people have health, weave.
Yes, and if you're finding you can't weave, that probably means you're standing in the wrong spot.
Okay, so I have a question. So like if he's like 80% and not really in any real danger,
Mhm.
and just kind of being like, you can weave, you do the bing bong, you know?
Yeah.
If he's, and then bing bong, even maybe do a bing bong bing, you know what I mean? A bing bong bing, right?
Sure, depending
And
on
then
which
if-
sound effect represents which, yeah.
A bing bong, the bong is the damage. The bong is damage.
Yeah,
can
you
do a
could go bing bong bong.
thing.
Yeah, you could,
You
exactly.
do bing bong bong.
Yeah.
And then if maybe he's like getting a little crazy, like 50 to 80% health, like he's getting a little bit crazy.
Well, then you're probably just going to go straight bing bongs.
Bing bong, bing bong. And then if he gets, you really got to keep him alive, you go bing. You just go bing, bing, bing.
Right. Until you get him up to bing bong territory.
you should make a bat mini guide and just have this be the only clip, and no one knows what the hell they're talking about. What the hell is a bing bong? What? Everyone's just so confused.
Yes. Okay, you've found your way to good positioning.
I like it. I
do.
I leave it. I notice a tendency when things are happening on the ground, real things, I feel like I need to leave the positioning. I need to get close to them.
Yeah, you do. And I don't know if that's just you not being comfortable with the right-click angles yet, or you feeling like your shift does more healing than it does, or what. Because part of it is you're getting in here to use the shift, and I'm going to ask that mostly you don't do that. You instead hold your negative space, because against better players, you will get abused for coming in here. You will get punished, and you're going to find your damage output goes down, because it becomes much bigger swings, and it becomes harder to be aware of your
DPS,
teammates.
and then I have to do the jump again to get there.
Exactly.
And it's just too much. It's too much. Why do people flirt with you in the chat? Bloom is flirting with you again.
Yeah, Bloom is flirting with me. That's okay. Flirting can be fun.
Does Bloom do it all the time?
Sometimes.
He's a weirdo. He's crazy. He's insane. So, anything wrong with the play so far?
We've talked about weaving. We've talked about you're allergic to May walls. We've talked about how you're just magnetized into fights a little bit. We've talked about your shift usage. That's probably tied to you being magnetized into fights a little bit.
So shift usage, we don't go close. They come to me. If they want the shift, they come to me.
The shift is to protect you, or if you're rotating with your team, because sometimes you will be rotating in, right? Like we've talked about how, hey, it's good to be above and behind your team to do work, but there's other times when you're rotating, like here, you're rotating back with your team and you're going through a tough spot and you're getting peppered and you're going to shift and your whole team is going to get that value. But you're not going
How the hell does shift even work?
It rolls a hot on you and everyone close to you, but close to you is actually a pretty relatively small range.
If you shift and no one is taking damage, then does it do anything?
It's rolling a hot on them in case they take a little more damage, but not for very long.
But if you shift, like it doesn't affect people who only take damage. Like if my Ryan's at full HP and I shift, and then the second later he takes damage, it's still gonna affect him.
Yes.
You don't know.
Yes, I'm about 95% sure that that's true. I have to double check, but I've tested that before, and the answer was yes. So yes, you can roll it. You can roll it as pre-healing. That is fine. But the range is
Okay.
actually smaller than most people think. Like you'd reach your McCree right now. Whether or not you'd reach your Hanzo, you should reach your Hanzo, but this is about
It'd
the
be a
edge of your
close
shift
call.
range. Exactly. So that's
So
something you want
what?
to be aware of.
So we got the shift usage. The weave better.
Mm-hmm. And we've talked about weave patterns, and you don't need to do them all at once. I'd start by just getting very familiar with the 1-to-1. But if you feel like you've got good brain elasticity going and you want to try to learn multiple at once, it would be the 1-to-1 and the 2-to-1.
I don't even know what you just said.
Yeah, okay, and Bloom has
Brain
confirmed that's
elasticity.
been helpful. So yes, the hot, which I was 95% sure of, does in fact roll even on people that are full health. So if they take damage after you've applied it to them, they will still get the healing. And
I mean,
it's
Blah has confirmed that, not Bloom.
no,
Yes.
Bloom did confirm it.
Okay, let me tell you something about Bloom. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I
Okay.
know who he is.
Okay,
He's a friend of mine,
Okay.
and he's a gold Smoothie main who doesn't even play the game anymore.
okay, that's
So
fine
he
too.
doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, then maybe we'll
Like,
go with
should I
Blaster
shift
first.
right here? Should I shift right here?
Should you shift right here? Well, let's think
Yeah.
for a second. So, is that who on
Should
your
I
team
have
is
shifted
taking
when
damage?
we were about to enter?
Sure, let's go here. So here we are.
Let's think about it. Should I shift like right here? Should I hit the shift?
Yes, you
Or
could
do I hit the
absolutely
shift?
roll this shift. And you could roll this shift because even though you're not missing health, your McCree's missing health, and 4 people are going to get value from this shift, and it's reasonable to expect that those people are
So
going to
kind
take
of like
damage in the next
So when
couple
you're
seconds.
transitioning in, you can shift, and it's like kind of a boost. It's like a boo ba ba.
Yeah,
ba,
this
ba.
would be fine.
Yeah.
You might not if it was a case of, hey, you're playing against like a dive team that you think is going to come make you very unhappy, but you're not
But
playing
if you're
against
gonna
that right now.
brawl them,
Exactly.
if they were gonna dive you, it's kind of like you got to think about the comp. If it's
Yeah.
just kind of a more standard brawl, then you do it. But if they're gonna dive you, you might wanna.
You're just chain healing. Now you go back to weaving. Weaving.
Really?
Weaving.
Really? He's kind of low though.
No, he was not when I said it.
Is that an okay shift or is that a bad shift?
We'll get to it. This Reinhardt is perfectly healthy. This Reinhardt, like, yes, there's the critical sign on him, but really look at his health.
Yeah, so I can weave, and he's not in a lot of danger. If he was being pushed by people, then
Maybe, but a
think
1-to-1's pretty safe. Because remember, the 1-to-1 isn't actually slowing down your right clicks at all, right? The reason that
Yeah.
you sometimes go for pure right clicks is because you don't want to distract yourself by going, well, I have to aim over here and then back over here, and then aim over here, and then back over here. Because
so if he's not crazy and I can do it fast, then it's fine.
right, and it would be pretty easy for you here to shoot through his body. Even if you can't really see what you're shooting
Yeah.
at, it's pretty easy to shoot through his body.
Yeah. Bad
Yeah,
shift, good shift.
This shift is fine. You're missing health. Your Zarya's missing health. It should reach your Reinhardt, who will take more damage. Yeah.
Perfect shift. BM shift. Even bronze
okay.
players probably do things that are. Even bronze players probably make GM plays or something.
Even bronze players what?
Even bronze players probably make GM plays.
I mean, I don't know how to.
Even if
interpret
it's
that
by
sentence.
accident. Like if
Okay.
there is a bronze player and he like does something with GM, with it,
Oh yeah, but
like
GMs do things like a
On
GM
purpose.
Winston is gonna be like, oh, I'm missing, my bubble's broken, I'm missing health, people are looking at me, I think I'm gonna leap out. And sometimes a bronze player will do that. So yeah, sure. Okay,
Sometimes
you can't jump over this one, so let's see what you do.
I break it. 'cause
The
it's already
payload breaks it
broke.
for you.
The payload is my friend. I'm not healing my team because the payload heals them.
Okay. You kind of missed your window to heal your Reinhardt there.
Do you like the
There
shift?
you are.
Peep the shift. peep the shift.
I can live with this.
Oh.
Shift, sure. The shift will be fine. But, like, you've got a discorded Reinhardt here. There should be a one, you can hit a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 weave on this.
Like, I should have weaved right there.
Yeah,
There should have
absolutely.
been a weave.
There should
That should have been a weave. The two
Now he's
shots were
purple.
okay, but I should have weaved.
Yeah, so now
I
he's
should have
purple and you
weaved.
can't. And you have to decide, okay, your shift doesn't really help, so I'd actually be hesitant to use your shift here because I'm worried that you're going to have to use your BAP. So I'm going to hold your shift to decide, am I going to have to lamp? And you're not going to lamp yet, but you might have to lamp in a moment. You follow?
Yeah.
And I don't want you to have to use both, or if you do use both, I want the shift to be, after the lamp. Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Should I have waited for the shift though?
Waited for it
until he
how?
was unantied. Still my line.
No, it's fine. We talked about
Should I
that.
not have shifted?
No, it's fine to shift. Your whole team was
I-
in places where they were taking damage, and your main heals were going to go on the Rhine anyways. That was fine.
I'm perfect player.
Okay.
That's what he's saying right now. That's what Temporal's saying to me. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, well, we're going to window now? We're going to window now. Interesting. Now we're going to window? Please? Please window.
I don't think I do.
No.
That's unlucky. That's unlucky.
Well, a little.
I could have done stuff to prevent it, but the thing happening itself was unlucky.
A little bit.
Because
Yeah.
that man did not mean to.
No, he didn't mean to pin you, but he meant to kind of... He probably meant to pin someone in there. Or he meant to just go pin for value! And, yeah.
I hate attacking this point. I didn't expect that.
You didn't expect that as a support, being in front of your Reinhardt would get you in trouble sometimes?
No, I didn't expect that a Kree would be able to push all the way in there.
After wiping your team?
Yeah, but
You
like
didn't
that's
expect
really
that
far.
a Masters player would look for staggers? I know, I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, but like look at how far
I
that is
know,
of a
I
distance
know.
to cross. He should die. In a GM game, he'd be dead.
Well, no, because your team was wiped. He might struggle
No,
to
but,
get
like,
out.
Look at how big. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In a GM game, he would not have been able to. What's going on over
I
there?
mean, I've definitely seen this happen with GM Reapers, with GM Reinhardts, with GM McCrees, with GM like this happens. It maybe shouldn't, but it does.
Is my BAP GM?
No.
What about my Reinhardt?
The Reinhardt in this game, or your Reinhardt when you play Reinhardt?
Let them out.
Me.
Okay. So you,
Okay.
I have no idea if you're Reinhardt as GM. I've never seen him. So
It's
we
probably
probably
is.
don't want to window here because Grab
Well, I
Dragon
was
is
trying
the
to
obvious
outdamage
play.
it.
But
I
Grab
was
Dragon
trying
is
to
the obvious
outdamage it.
play, right?
But I was trying to outdamage it. Because he was outdamaging a Grab Dragon. Because it doesn't outdamage it all the
I
time.
know. Okay.
A lot of the time, I think it's. I mean, it did in that case, but I've seen lots of times where it doesn't outdamage.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think
They
the
use
higher
the
up you go, the
trans.
less it does. And I think the higher up you go, the less Grab Dragon, like Transcendence, Transcendence doesn't actually counter it.
No,
Why
Transcendence
am
is
I
not
on
a
high
full
ground?
counter to Grab Dragon. I think you dropped for a moment to push the payload, but I'd like you to hop back up now, yeah.
I'd like to hop back up too.
Okay.
That's what I do.
You hit your shift. You're now going to drop because you're getting pressured too hard here, so just drop behind. Yep.
Yeah, perfect play. Perfect play.
This lamp's a little early. Your Reinhardt
True.
South is fine. Oh,
True.
what? What? Why did you drift over here rather than trying to use this cover? Like, oh,
That stupid cover.
okay.
Cover
It is a
sucks.
little silly. That cover's
I
not
actually,
great.
this is actually a bad habit I have.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like I have like an obvious cover, right? Like a cover that I see walking up to the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there might be cover right next to me, but instead of going to the cover right next to me,
Mm-hmm.
I go to the cover that's like farther away, but I've already established it, right?
Yeah, you do.
And I do that on Zen
sometimes.
too.
Yeah.
You probably know, you've seen it.
I
And
have.
like it's such a dumb mistake
It's
to
a little
make,
silly.
but it's harder to not do it than you think. Like it's not just like as simple as one would think. It's
No,
like,
you would
oh,
have to
this is-
literally make it a focus mentally and be like, what is my cover? This is my cover. What is my cover? This is my cover. And like every team fight, as the team fight is starting, you're sort of making that and you're sort of anchoring yourself mentally to that cover.
Yeah.
And that's not perfect because you don't actually want to be anchored. You want to be able to rotate, move, etc. as fights go on, but you need to mentally to start sort of anchor yourself so that you realize that a little. Okay.
I probably don't need to be in this. I could be playing the corner harder. Like, why am I here?
You could be playing the corner harder. You don't need to be
Like,
this close, and being this
I'm
close is
very
making it
close.
hard for you to find weaves, and you didn't need to heal your Reinhardt this hard because you were just sort of chain healing him because, again, he had sound barrier health for part of this. That he wasn't actually in that
I
much
mean,
danger. You
I
wanted to
knew, but it
heal
was
him.
gonna come off. It was gonna come off, and then it
Yeah.
was gonna die.
Right, but like you'll have applied more damage to the enemy team, and that'll make them swing at him less, for example.
Overall, there was really nothing I could do to affect that fight.
You could have lamped later. You could have gotten more damage in.
That
Do you think a GM player would have been able to carry that fight? A GM back?
Potentially, sure.
No.
Yeah, no, I actually know of some GM players that would have just hard carried that fight with just raw aim mechanics. Yeah.
You think I'm a GM back?
No.
You think I'm close?
What's that?
You think I'm close? Almost there?
Maybe it's gonna depend how quick you improve. Like you could be close from a time frame standpoint. He's
I'm not
gonna be an
GM
easier
anymore.
here to climb on than Zen right now. So
That's true. Zen is hard right now, man.
yeah.
Zen is actually kind of hard right now.
Shift in rotation. Your team is pushing in with it rolling. Works for me. You okay?
They'll just yell at me all the time.
Yeah. Let's go there. Okay, you're up.
This was so calculated. Look at that. They block off the immortality.
Yeah.
That's so.
Maze get pretty good at that.
calculated.
Maze get pretty darn good at that.
That's not fair.
Yeah, that may have been GM, but that's definitely a skill that Maze have learned. Or she might be Masters. Like it's not unheard of for Masters to do that.
This was kind of a lower game. I think.
Okay.
I play with some GMs occasionally, but I played with Kefri once.
Cool.
I hate Kefri.
That's,
Kefri's a bad person.
that's a reasonable take.
That's a reasonable take. He was like 3.7 too. I think we actually win.
Why haven't we shifted yet?
I don't know, man.
You're at 60 health. Your Reinhardt's missing health. Like, just hit the shift. Hit the shift. And you're just like, nope, I'm done. I'm done with this fight.
I like this game. This game fucking sucks. I'm out. I'm done.
Did you just reload with 45-9?
Big reload.
I'm gonna
big
reload. What?
Big reload. Big reload. Big reload.
There's like two
Big
different targets you can
reload.
heal, two different targets you can shoot at. Nope, I'm reloading.
No, that's a good reload.
Interesting.
Well, I had a
Interestingly early
thought
lamp.
process in my head. Do you want to know what I thought I could do?
Outduel the
I was
tracer
like,
with
what
your
if-
lamp.
I thought I was gonna be able to. I was like, these people are kind of out in the open. Maybe I could window. Hacks. Nobody's ever done that before.
Okay.
180 shatter me like that.
Okay. Do you get back? You can't get back to this. Yeah, okay. So, looking back at some more normal
That
BAP
was,
stuff here.
that was only 50 minutes.
That's true. That's true. So we're
I
going to
want-
go over
I
your
want
topics.
10 minutes of my time back. I would like $10 back.
Yeah, so you'll notice the sessions say up to 60 minutes. I could be like a psychologist and be like, you press the thing, or a psychiatrist, you press the thing, and then, 10 minutes into your session, maybe I'll come pick you up to talk to you, and then, like, I'll send you out 5 minutes early, and then I'll do paperwork, and then,
Do you have a psychiatrist? Are you okay?
I am okay, and I do not have a psychiatrist. That doesn't
can
mean I
tell
don't
me
know how that
anything.
works. I don't think that's true. Okay, so your things to work on, and you know this, are going to be those weave patterns. I would work on that first, but that is going to be implementing your positioning. So I think you, even if you play your sort of natural positioning, will do okay at this, but I want you to work on your weave patterns. I'd specifically like you to get
Play a
very
little back a bit
comfortable
more. I
with the
get in there a
one-to-one.
bit crazy.
I
Yeah,
do
I get in there a
also
bit
want you to
much.
play back a bit more, and I want you to sort of be going, I'm either high ground behind my team or I'm low ground behind my team. High ground is preferable, but if I'm getting pressured too hard, I can be low ground behind
I
my
think
team.
like I don't do that on like any other support. The only reason I do
It's
it
your
with
shift.
this support is because of the shift.
Yeah, it's pulling you in, and you're overvaluing its strength. Its strength is pretty good for helping you
Yeah. So use it
survive
kind of
against
while we're
tracers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Use it like if I'm being dove or like when we're transitioning into a fight, I guess.
Right. Like here, you're kind of gonna just be with your team. That's kind of natural because you're not really going to play this fight from over here, right? Because you can't do offensive work, and you need to be able to do
Yeah.
offensive work as BAP. So you'd be here naturally, and yeah, you can use your shift how you were using your shift. But that's when it happens because you're transitioning. It's not I'm intentionally trying to be here to get shift value. It's I'm here, so let me get value out of shift. Cool.
Yeah. So kind of transition-y period, just
Yes.
rotating.
Yes. So
Um.
those are kind of the three things, and they're all related to each other, but they all dovetail together quite nicely. It's, play above and behind your
Yeah.
opponents. It's don't use your shifts just randomly, or don't get pulled in to use your shifts, and it is hit those weave patterns. I'd start with the 1-to-1, but I think you're going to get that pretty quickly because you haven't locked playing BAP in wrong into your brain yet, so I think you're going to get the 1-to-1 pretty quickly, and then you'll be able to get the 2-to-1 pretty quickly as well. At least I hope.
I think I did better than 95% of other players.
Okay.
Technically, that's true.
Yeah, technically that is true, unless your BAP starts falling really hard. But yeah.
I mean, I don't really play BAP a lot.
Yeah.
Unless I think like a solid 1/4 of my games I play BAP at this point.
Okay.
I kind of have to. Because you always get those Lucio players, and I can't just play Zen.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're kind of gonna have to, if you want to play meta, and in GM that gets more and more expected.
And even in this rank, like you don't believe the times I am asked, like, yo, swap Lucio, go Lucio. Like,
Sure.
All the time, people are begging me to go Lucio. It's mean. It's rude. They can't do that to me.
Well, they can ask.
Like I feel like even in my rank, even in 3.7, 3.8 area, like because you get placed in different games.
Right.
Like people play meta more. I notice that like DPS don't play meta as much though.
Well, the DPS meta technically right now, if people are playing Brawl, should be McCree May, but the reality is no one's going to complain if there's a Doomfist or a Reaper or even a Hanzo.
I think it kind of flexes to that.
Yeah. And you can maybe sneak in a Tracer too, but yeah.
So I don't think, but like I see a lot of Ryan Zari, a lot more Lucio and stuff like that.
Yeah, we see more Zarya than we should, but that's ladder for you.
I think D.Va's better a lot of the time.
She is, but a lot of what she does better is stuff that it's
only
shut down.
It's
your team has to be organized enough to get value out of it, and it's a lot more suppress the opponent. And people in ladder are like, I have to win the game, and suppressing.
I want to win.
Right, I want to win rather than I want to stop my opponents from winning.
That's the mindset I want to have. I don't want anyone else to win.
There you go.
Honestly, my motivation is making other people's day worse by losing.
Okay.
Okay, so about the thing with the psychiatrist earlier, you might want
to... yeah. Okay. Then I think that